Hello and welcome to a strange new way of delivering dessert first. My name is Wendy Hargreaves and I'm talking to you from home today because, of course, in Melbourne we're all in lockdown, but that doesn't stop us from celebrating the amazing dessert that we can get in the city of Port Phillip, which, of course, is my partner in the Dessert First campaign. Now, today we're going for cheese. And if you live in St Kilda, of course, the best place to get cheese is Milk the Cow in Fitzroy Street. Now, I've been able to get hold of one of Milk the Cow's home-delivered 4 packs of cheese, which is pretty extraordinary, if I do say so myself. What do you think? They even supplied the floral, the nasturtiums, the edible flowers. It's all here. There's a fabulous discovery of cheese here. But I can't do it on my own. This is dessert first. Sorry about the clanking sound of cheese knives here. I need to get a little bit of advice on what this cheese is all about, the best things to drink it with, the best way to eat it. And to do that, it's my great pleasure to welcome to this online stream the cheesemonger from Milk the Cow in St Kilda, the fabulous Katherine Pearson. Are you there, Katherine?
Hello. Hi.
Technology works.
Hello.
Great to see you. And you're coming from home in St Kilda, are you? You're around the corner from the shop?
I live very close to the store. Very easy to get my cheese, yes.
Fantastic. So show us how your cheese is presented there. I think I might, hello. This is how you get it when it's delivered to your house.
Cheese box.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Well, I've pulled it out and gone the fancy pants on the wooden board, but this is really cool the way they've presented it because you actually got your own little board. You've got your bickies and you've got your cheese all ready to go. Fantastic.
Yeah.
So while you sort of get yourself set up there, let me also introduce the fact that because it's 5 o'clock on a Friday, of course, we need to have a look at some wine. And I asked the guys at Milk the Cow what's going to be the best way to pair the cheeses we have. And we come up with the Devil Bend Creek Pinot Noir from Murdoch Estate in the beautiful Mornington Peninsula. This is what we're tasting with today. So let's crack it open. Awesome.
Good.
What a great sound.
Yum.
Friday night. I hope everyone's going well. And for those of you that saw the social call out, I'm sure there'll be people out there as well that are also sharing the cheese platter with us. So here we go. Now, let's just have a quick introduction. No, cheers, Ting. Quick introduction of you, Katherine. Now, how did you end up a cheesemonger?
So I was looking for a job near in the St Kilda area, and previous to working at Milk the Cow, I worked in a lot of tourism, but obviously that kind of died along with COVID, and I was looking for a different, more like nighttime work, and I used to do wine tours around Yarra Valley with my tour guiding, so I kind of got drawn in by the alcohol aspect, and then I was introduced to this magnificent world of cheese, and that has definitely become the main passion. So I got a job right before COVID kind of locked everything down around in the beginning of March last year. So
it's quite the rabbit hole once you start getting into the cheesy world, isn't it?
Yes, very much so. It is a delightful rabbit hole to fall down into.
Now, I was told, though, a little birdie told me that you also work as an actor and a voice artist.
Yes.
Right?
Yes, I'm completing the cliche.
It's a good balance, right? You know, it's St Kilda actor who's a specialist in cheese. I mean, you must be married. You must have suitors knocking on your door from everywhere.
I'm not. I'm married. I am married to cheese. No, I just wanted to fulfill the cliche of being an artist who's also in hospitality.
Fantastic. And you've still got a job, which is fantastic. So where would you're a voice artist, tell me, where would we hear you? You've got a very familiar voice.
Yeah, you've probably heard me on the radio or on TV, or every time there might be an announcement about COVID.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Yes.
You're the voice of COVID?
I am.
That's,
Yes.
wow. So what
Yeah.
did he hear you say?
Authorised by the Victorian Government, Melbourne.
Whoa, awesome.
Anything more than that you have to pay for.
Awesome. Well, look, I hope you put that voice on when you do your cheese swipes
I
at Milk the
do.
Cow.
I do.
Fantastic. Now, speaking of cheese swipes, which one do we start with here?
Oh,
Gosh.
well, so we have the same one.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I'm going to start with the Brie because it's Brie. So we have on our board today, we have the Brie Savarin. So this is a dessert Brie, I would say. Yes, I'm going to hold mine up too. Oh, it's so gooey. Look at that.
With the flour.
It's so beautiful. So this is a triple cream French Brie. It is from Burgundy. And basically, to be called a triple cream, you have to have a minimum fat content of 72%. So
right as it went in my mouth.
No, it's the best way ever. I'm just going to open my lavash.
Fantastic.
Yeah, so you're going to get really kind of beautiful, buttery, salty flavors, a little bit of mushroom, a little bit of truffle. As it ages, it gets softer and softer and gooey, and you just can literally spread it. I'll show you. You can just, it's just going to spread on my cracker so easily.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's so good.
But it's actually got a little bit of bitterness to it this time as well. It's got is that about the aging?
It is. So as it gets older, you're going to get that bitterness at the rind. So yeah, as it ages, my piece is from an older wheel as well. I think like yours would be. So it's going to have a stronger flavor to it. When you get these really, really young, they're much more just salty, buttery, creamy. And then as they're older, the flavor develops a lot more, matures, and that's where you get like the kind of truffle nut kind of more sharp taste to it. Yeah.
Fantastic. So am I getting the impression that Brie's and Camemberts, the soft ones, are your favourites? You're getting pretty passionate. Really, you like just about all the cheese.
It's really hard to pick because I get to eat all of it.
Fantastic.
Yeah. Depends on the mood. I have a cheese for every mood. Yes.
Lovely. That is really delicious. Now let's just see how it goes with the Pinot.
Oh, yes.
And look, and a big thank you to North Carlton right now where I'm sitting, where the dog isn't barking and my teenager's not playing music, and it's all so peaceful and lovely right here now. Now try the cheese again. Oh, it's different again. It took out a whole heap of and created a whole heap of new flavors. Look, it was really beautiful cheese. Lovely.
So it's going to come across kind of creamier after you have something like a red wine is, on the heavier side of wine. So yeah, the creaminess. We also often pair creamy cheeses with sparkling wines and things like that. They pair really beautifully as well.
What's the kookiest drink you would put with a creamy cheese?
We have an amazing gin flight. Some of those gins pair really, really well. We have sweet gins and all sorts of things. Yeah, so maybe
the Shiraz gin from Four Pillars.
We have had the Shiraz gin. Yeah, 4 Pillars. Yeah, it's really, really good.
Fantastic.
Yes, delightful.
So we started with a nice soft one. Then look at this one that's coated in something really dark and delicious.
Well, we can go to that one now if you like. So this one here, I've got a slightly different shape to yours. This is called the Bellavitano Espresso. So this is a cow's milk cheese. I should say the Brie is also cow's milk. This is a cow's milk cheese, and this is from Wisconsin in the US. So it's a firmer cheese. It's a hard cheese, and it's kind of a cheddary parmesan style. And basically what this Sartori Reserve, what they do is they make this wheel of this cheese called the Bellavitano Gold, and they hand rub it in ground espresso. So you just had a bite. The rind, we always say definitely eat the rind. It's where a lot of the flavor is. So we use this quite a lot. It's kind of a staple at Milk the Cow. The whole range we have a lot of their range. they have the same thing, ones that are soaked in raspberry ale or soaked in whiskey, lots of different flavors there. Really good.
This
And
is
this is just like
really sweet. You don't you expect it to be very savory when it's in coffee, but it's actually kind of like a dessert cheese, right?
it is. That's why I picked these ones.
Yeah. Dessert first.
Yeah.
Oh, it's really
It has
delicious.
like sweetness that lingers. Yeah, and really
I'd
creamy as well.
I imagine this with a whiskey or some sort of
Yes.
fortified.
Yes, the stronger the drink, the stronger the cheese we sometimes, pair them with so that it kind of matches it. We also have a fabulous cocktail, which is our twist on an espresso martini. And yeah, we pair this cheese with this cocktail as well. We're a bit cheese crazy.
Oh, I bet. Well, look, isn't that the best way to be? So now that we're all in lockdown in Melbourne, clearly you can't do these flights at the venue. So what do you offer? Like, you open as a cheesemonger like any other retailer can. So
Yes.
what can people do at home?
So if you want to come in and visit, we can definitely help you pick a selection of cheeses, make your own cheese board, that sort of thing. And we also do have all our wines on offer, including the ones that we usually pair in flights. So you can buy them in the store. You can, of course, do what we're doing and get the Uber Eats box or, online, that kind of thing. You get them delivered to your house. But we also have hampers, which is a really awesome thing that we do all year round. And basically you can buy packages, some of them, like French hampers full of French cheeses and French alcohol, or Australian ones. And basically you can send these Australia-wide and send them to family and friends. And that's a really great way to have a wholesome experience with a lot of cheese.
Yeah. Show the love with the cheese.
Yeah.
That's a great idea. Well, that's actually, you just mentioned that there's they're actually creating these 4 cheeses as a dessert first box at Milk the Cow in St Kilda at the moment. So if you're watching this and you're inspired to try the cheeses that we're trying, just ask for the dessert first box. And if they look at you strangely, just say, talk to Katherine.
Well, I will be there tomorrow. So if you come in, I'll be there.
Good to hear. So,
all right, shall we move on to the blue?
Yeah, a little sea of nasturtiums here. And we have a very young looking blue here. It's not filling my nostrils with penicillin or any of those nastinesses. It's very sweet and light.
This is the Berries Creek Riverine Blue. So this is a gorgeous, gorgeous cheese. Yeah, I'll hold it close too. This is actually made with buffalo milk. So it is actually one of the only buffalo blue cheeses made in Australia. So basically it's made in Gippsland. It's local to Victoria, and being made with buffalo milk rather than, Jersey cow milk, other types, it's going to be high in protein, a lot higher in fat. So when you taste it, it's going to be super creamy. So even if you're a bit nervous around blue cheeses, this is just such an easy cheese to eat. It's got a beautiful saltiness through it and almost like a slight sweetness that kind of lingers on the palate afterwards. Oh, it's like making my mouth water.
I know. And it's not often that I'm shut up, as friends will tell you, that things can actually make me quiet. But that was absolutely beautiful. The people at Berries Creek really do take a lot of pride in their cheese in Gippsland. But are they getting their buffalo milk from the other side of Victoria? Like, have they got buffalo in Gippsland? I'm putting you on the spot here. But yeah, it feels as though it's like
I believe it is all in that region.
Such a rare commodity, right?
Yeah, it is. Buffalo, they hardly produce any milk. It is a local farmer that didn't actually want to originally even make cheese, but there was buffalo milk and he was like, let's do something. So I believe it is still a local. I've forgotten their name, unfortunately.
That's cool. So tell me, do you sell raw cheese at Milk the Cow?
We don't have much of it, no. So lots of ours
is hard to find.
Yes, yeah. Shipping a lot of this cheese into Australia, lots of that international cheese has to be pasteurized, it has to be, fit to come in by the guidelines. So no, not raw cheese at all.
No, it's something I'm really passionate about. Is seeing more raw cheese. It's like all the bugs are allowed to.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. There is that argument that raw cheese has more, subtle, more developed flavors because they're not boiled out of the milk.
Exactly. Now this was I forgot that I've got a lovely little chunk here of what looks like quince paste. I'm
Yes,
assuming that's
I was
what it
going
is.
to say, yeah. So with the blue, especially if you're not a fan of blue, but even if you are, I would highly recommend pairing it with something sweet. So in this case, we have this gorgeous quince paste, which is, just you can eat it by itself. Yeah.
And from the knife, let's just be full on Philistines here. It's the only
No,
way to
so
go
this
with a
is
cheese platter.
not Philistine. We at Milk the Cow, I would say we very rarely put cheese on bread. We're usually just eating chunks, just get the knife, eat the chunks.
And that's what that little spiky bit's for on the end of my
It
cheese
is.
knife, right? It's like, bam.
Get in there. So yes, I put a little
Fantastic.
bit of this quince with a little bit of the Riverine, and you are in heaven.
Oh,
so good.
Beautiful. Oh, look, this is I am in heaven right now. This is just the best fun. So there's one more cheese left on our platter of love.
So this gorgeous orange one.
Look at
that. Yes. Beautiful. So you've actually got a little bit of the label on the rind of your cheese, I can see. So this is called the Lemus signature Gouda or Gouda, however you want to say it. So this is from the Netherlands. I think the proper way to say it, I'm going to butcher this, but I think it's Gouda.
That sounds really professional, actually.
I have been saying Gouda like in a terrible way.
Haven't we all, though? It'll always be Gouda to us. But yeah, that does sound really cool when you call it by its right name.
I'm probably saying that very wrong. But anyway, so this is considered, one of the top Goudas in the Netherlands. So as you feel, it's a very firm cheese. This one is cow's milk. It's been aged for a minimum of 24 months. And you can see it on mine. I don't know if you've got it on yours, but there's actually little holes in mine as well.
There's one tiny hole down the bottom.
Beautiful.
And you'll also
you'll be able to see there's tiny little white dots in it. You'll be able to taste it when you take a bite. It's the crystallization through it. So basically, so much moisture gets dried out of it that they leave crystals behind, and that's a really good marker for a very high quality Gouda. Yeah, so this one, when you take a bite, it is going to have that tiny bit of crunch from the crystallization, but it's going to be nutty. It's going to be butterscotch and caramel and burnt caramel flavors and a sweetness to it. And crumbly, but still smooth and salty. It is.
Which is totally fitting in with the dessert theme of Dessert First, because each of these have been super sweet. And I know that there are a lot of people that aren't into sugary sweets and they go for the cheese for dessert. But this, in actual fact, is sweet cheese, right?
Yeah.
It's really interesting, especially the Gouda. And I would never expected that. You expect this to be have that kind of weird vinyl-y kind of, I don't know, salty strangeness in Gouda.
No.
Like I've never, the stuff that you get sliced with big.
Not our Gouda. Not our Gouda.
This is really fabulous.
We actually have an amazing one that we also stock made of goat's milk cheese, still a Gouda, and that basically makes it even sweeter, even nuttier. So you can get really sweet with these cheeses. They're really
intense. Good. So now we've gone through these four. You can share your favorite. What's your favorite cheese?
Out of the board or all of the cheeses?
Ever. Best cheese ever.
Okay, we have, can I say two?
Okay.
We have this one called La Tour, which we don't get in all the time. And basically it is a gorgeous kind of fresh Brie kind of style. And it's a blend of cow's milk, goat's milk, and sheep's milk. And it's originally made with all the leftover milk, basically, in Italy. And they just make this quick cheese, and it is so smooth and buttery and fresh and gooey, and it just falls apart. I love it. I am probably a Brie person, yes. And
so is it like a fresh sort of farm cheese rather than or is it a rind cheese?
It still has a bit of the mold rind. It still has structure, but when you cut into it, literally as soon as you pierce that, it just goes.
Oh, you'll have to call when that's next in stock. I definitely want to try
we
that.
Have some currently, but if we put it on this board, it would have just stripped off the edge. And the other one that I love that we very rarely get in, we nickname it the bacon blue. And basically it's a blue cheese that has been smoked, and it tastes like bacon. And when you cut it, it's just got this salty gorgeousness to it. And before Milk the Cow, I didn't even eat blue cheese, and now I am so hooked. And
So for
yeah,
the
so the bacon
vegetarians
glue.
that are missing their
The
fucking breakfasts, they can
Well,
go
I
for the
don't eat
glue
much
instead.
meat, so yeah, that's me. I just compensate with bacon cheese.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Now they're really, really cool, cool picks, and two that I haven't tried myself. So I look forward to giving that a crack.
Come
So
on
how's
in.
it going? Tell me how it's going in Fitzroy Street. Are your locals still very loyal and coming in and getting their big hits of comfort food?
Yes, we do have some locals that come in every day, but it's not the same. We really love having people in our, in our doors, having the full experience and just sitting for hours and enjoying, rounds and rounds of wine and cheese. But definitely, I think during lockdown, online presence picks up a lot more. A lot of people are more ordering hampers or ordering online, which is amazing that we have that technology. But no, we're definitely still cutting cheese every day, getting into it, handing out, some comfort food for people. I think
Fantastic.
the staff take a lot of comfort food home too.
Well, it's got to be like a job bonus, doesn't it? So what's the best way to get a beautiful cheese platter like this home delivered from you guys? Is there a few options?
Yeah. So these particular boards we use mainly through Uber. So if you want them home delivered, that's the way to do it. Otherwise, we can make them up in store. Otherwise, if you do want a bigger package and you're not in the right area for Uber, that's when I'd recommend ordering a hamper, because then we can deliver statewide very easily.
And can you do that same day?
Yes, we can do same day delivery. You just have to make sure you get it in before 10 in the morning.
Fantastic.
Then, yeah, as long as you're not too far away.
Now, because Dessert First is about all things sweet, and you live in smack bang in the middle of the beautiful city of Port Phillip, where are your favourite places to go for a sweet hit? I mean, you've clearly got your cheese sorted. You don't have to go anywhere, because you just put your intravenous tube in at work and off you go.
I do.
But when you're craving something sweet, where do you go?
I love ice cream, and I love ice cream, and
You're like the dairy bar kid.
There's Piccolina that I love going to on Athens Street, and I have more than once ordered that on Uber Eats as well as walking there, even though I live so close. I love that. And also in Ackland, there's Monarch Cakes, and they have been making gorgeous baked things for so long, and they make this cheesecake, this polished cheesecake, I think. They're still cheese related.
Yes, funny that. But great tip. I do know the cake you're talking about. They're very clever at Monarch.
It's so good. And actually on Fitzroy Street as well. I mean, it's a daytime dessert. I love going to Rye and Dough. They're this beautiful bakery, and they make like just amazing French pastries. And
so it's the daytime dessert followed by a walk around Albert Park Lake.
Hopefully to work on it. And then to stop by work on the way home.
I have had some pretty good ones there. Have you got a favourite type of pastry?
So I mix it up all the time. I do actually it's more savoury. I do get the ham and cheese croissant because they have bechamel sauce in it. It is so good. But I also get a cannelli. I think I might be saying that wrong, but it's a little custard tart, and I almost regret saying this out loud because they always sell out of them, so I don't want them to get more popular, but they are so good. They're cannellis. They're really good.
Oh, beautiful.
Yeah.
No, you are blessed. You've definitely got some great stuff around there. And which brings me to the little tip for those of you who are lucky enough to live in the city of Port Phillip or have the municipality in your 5K zone, actually order a fabulous dessert, whether it be cheese or whiskey or wine, whatever the dessert is. If you've ordered it from a venue in the city of Port Phillip, you can go into an Instagram competition and you can win a night for two at the Prince Hotel with whiskey cocktails from Starwood over in Fisherman's Bend and beautiful dinner and breakfast the next day. It'd be a fantastic staycation. And all you have to do is put up a photo of dessert, whether you're eating it at home or when we're allowed to come out again, eating at the venue, and just tag Dessert Port Phillip hashtag Dessert Port Phillip, and tag in, of course, the venue that's been working so hard to bring you all this fantastic food, and you'll be in the running. I'm the judge. I'm going to decide which food photo, which dessert photo is going to be worthy of this amazing prize. But get in there. It's still going for another week or two. So until the end of winter, this is a winter campaign. And how beautiful and wintry is the concept of having a plate of cheese for dinner with some Mornington Peninsula wine. Thank you so much for taking me through all this amazing cheese, Katherine. It's been really fun.
Thanks for having me. I get to eat it all now, so I'm happy.
I know. Off air, she'll just like apply to face.
Yeah.
Well, I look forward to coming in to milk the cow so that I can enjoy a fabulous flight of cheese with you in person, sitting up at that bar and watching all the cheese getting pulled out and cut up. It's the best place to sit. So, good luck and best wishes to all of the staff at Milk the Cow so that you can keep going, support your local businesses during lockdown so that you can come out with all guns firing at the end of it.
Thank you so much. We look forward to having you back.
Clearly, it's my pleasure, guys. This is not a hardship posting. So thank you so much for joining Dessert First this Friday night. We've got more goodies coming your way, but for now, until the end of August. So stay tuned and enjoy your dessert. We'll be back soon. Cheers.